50 years.
Only 50 years ago.
The year?
1965.
The place?
Selma, Alabama.
The destination?
Montgomery, Alabama.
How long?
5 days.
How long?
54 miles.
54 miles.
54 miles from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama.
And for what?
Voting rights for African Americans and to put an end to segregation and the Jim Crow laws that plague the South.
The world watched as men, women, children, teenagers, clergy, teachers, students, both black and white.
Their faces burned from the outpourings of the sweltering sun.
Drenched by the rains, sleeping in the mud.
Bodies tired.
Feet sore.
Protesters and activists walking on meandering highways, resting their bodies on the rocky body.
They marched across that bridge.
Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Only to be tear gassed, beaten back, shot back.
But they didn't give up.
And don't you give up.
They were told they wouldn't get there.
Yes, and there were those who said that they would get there only over their dead bodies.
But the whole world saw that they weren't going to let nobody turn them around.
The world watched.
Watch as protesters from around the world join together in the march for the common good.
The world watched.
Watch the confrontation of good and evil pressed in the tiny community of Selma and generated the massive power to turn the whole world to a new course.
The world watched.
The world watched.
Watched as over 25,000 strong ended up at the steps of the Alabama State Capitol in Montgomery.
The world watched.
Watched as they marched.
Watched as they marched, a bloody march.
A march 50 years ago that teaches us to march today.
To march for liberty and justice for all.
So let us therefore continue our march.
Let us march.
March against the prejudices within our justice system to end racially motivated harassment by law enforcement.
Let us march. March against inequality within our education system until every trace of inferior education becomes a thing of the past.
Let us march.
March for affordable health care for every citizen, so our elders won't have to skip a meal so that they can buy the medicine they need.
Let us march.
March against institutionalized policies that continue to promote the stereotyping and profiling of young black men in America.
50 years ago,
5 days.
54 miles.
over 25,000 protesters.
They marched.
They marched and made a difference.
They marched.
As Dr. Martin Luther King pronounced his speech after reaching the steps of the Capitol in Montgomery, Alabama.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored.
He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword.
His truth is marching on.
He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat.
He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat.
Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet.
Our God is marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Let us keep marching, because His truth is marching on.